It wasn't the wedding pictures that broke me, not the headline she plastered online. Finally found my forever, not even the ring, eerily similar to the one I gave her 2 years earlier. No, it was her smile. That sickly sweet, self-satisfied grin, glowing, smug, like she had just conquered something. The kind of smile she used to wear when she believed she had won. Just 1 week. 7 days after our divorce papers dried in ink, she was married again. Not privately, not modestly. No, she made a spectacle of it, tagging me, broadcasting to the world, bragging that she'd healed and found a real man. I stared at the picture, her in white, again, his arm wrapped tight around her waist like she was a prize he'd claimed. And there he was, the guy she left me for, or more accurately, the one she thought she got away with. And that's when I laughed, because he wasn't just some upgrade. He was a ghost, a familiar name from way back. I knew exactly who he was. We were high school sweethearts, she and I, the kind of overdone cliche that still felt real when you were inside it. She always gravitated toward danger. And me? I was the idiot trying to keep her from falling off the edge. We built a whole relationship out of chaos and convinced ourselves it was love. At least I did. I gave her everything, my time, my name, my loyalty. But it was never enough. She always wanted more spotlight, more drama, more people watching her sparkle. Still, I loved her. When she asked for space, I backed off. When she said I was working too much, I cut back. When she sobbed about feeling misunderstood, I sat quietly and let her tears fall like storm water over stone. But I couldn't fill the void inside her. I found out on a Tuesday. She was in the shower. Her phone lit up beside me. I never used to snoop, didn't feel the need, but something gnawed at me that night. A text popped up. Can't wait till he's out of the picture. That's when the illusion died. I didn't rage, didn't yell, didn't cry. I just observed. She thought she was clever, sneaking off to yoga at 9 p.m., coming home reeking of designer cologne and guilt. I followed her once. He picked her up in a black BMW, sleek, smug, like he knew he was a villain in someone else's story. I took photos, snapped the license plate, marked the time, collected everything. Then I walked home and opened a bottle of bourbon. Every swallow burned a little less than the one before. That night, I stopped being her husband. I became something else. The next 4 months, I planned. Quietly, strategically, I froze our joint accounts. Shifted my shares where she couldn't reach them. Sold off properties I knew she'd want during the split. I didn't need a private investigator to find him. I already knew who he was. I hired one to dig into her. Turns out, cheating makes you careless. She left a digital trail wide enough to bury herself in emails, hotel bookings, even a burner phone tied to her maiden name. I saved it all. So, when she came me asking for a divorce, I signed without hesitation. I let her think it was her idea, that I was wounded, resigned, beaten. She didn't ask for alimony. She thought she was walking away with half my life, right into his arms. She didn't realize I'd already taken the rest. His name? Daniel Cruz. Senior year's prom king. Her first love. Her, what if, during one of our rough patches. Back then, he was charming, athletic, and dumb as drywall. But people change, right? Apparently not. By now. Daniel had 2 DUIs, a fraud charge pending, and a reputation for drifting between women like overdraft checks. Prince Charming, indeed. When I saw their wedding photos, her in that familiar white gown, him in a cheap rental tux, both smiling like they'd won life's lottery, I nearly pitied her. Nearly. But revenge isn't a single blow. It's a score. Step 1. An anonymous tip to the Securities and Commodities Enforcement Agency. Daniel had been gambling client funds on shady crypto deals. I sent him a packet, pieced together from public records, social media posts, and a few juicy items the PI found by accident. They opened an investigation in days. Step 2. I forwarded all my evidence, the photos, messages, timestamps, to his employer. Quietly, they fired him that same Friday. Step 3. Her family. Conservative. Strict. Obsessed with appearances. I mailed them a flash drive. Unmarked envelope. Just one label on it. Her truth. Photos. Videos. Affair timelines. They cut her off entirely. Step 4. I waited. 3 weeks after their wedding. She called from a blocked number. I let it go to voicemail. Her voice cracked midway. He's not who I thought he was. Please, I just need to talk. I didn't answer. A week later, she emailed me. Tried to justify it. Said it wasn't technically cheating. Said feelings are complicated. Said Daniel had changed. I archived it. Didn't even reply. Then I saw them at a grocery store. She looked smaller somehow. Exhausted. Worn thin like regret had started to eat away at her from the inside. He trailed behind her, shouting into his phone. Something about missing money. She saw me. Tried to offer a smile. I just laughed. Not cruelly, just knowingly. That was all I gave her. She thought she played me. Thought leaving me would set her free. That falling into an old lover's arms would bring her something new. But she never understood the difference between running away and being exiled. I didn't take revenge out of rage. I did it out of love for the man I once was, the one she tried to break and bury. And now, she's stuck in a house built on deception, married to a man held together by excuses and looming indictments. She's neck deep in the fantasy she chased, and the mask she married has crumbled. That monster, he's all hers now. Me, I sleep just fine. Justice doesn't always wear robes. Sometimes it wears silence, and watches quietly as those who betrayed you dig their own graves. All you do is hand them the shovel,